Leanne, on the inside of a bus rapid transit system, Rea Vaya bus. We're at the Milpark station en route to the Auckland Park station, and that's at the SABC Media Park station. Listen, I'm trying to maintain my composure and balance as we do this. It's going to be fun. But with me is MMC Christine Walters. She's a member of the Mayoral Committee for Transport, and we're going to start off. A very good morning to you, MMC. I want to talk about phase 1A first. There was a lot of unrest and tension with regards to that, some opposition and even violence. What have you learned from the launch of 1A, and how have you bettered things with 1B?
I think with phase 1A, the taxi industry were the only ones that were in the negotiations. And I think it was correct for them to be fearful because they felt they were losing their income and their livelihood. And I think that phase 1A has now proven that it's really been successful for them. They get anything between 174 to 274 million per year. So it's quite lucrative, and the city's quite happy with the service they're giving to us. In phase 1B, it's a little bit different. I think people have got used to it. It's rolling out nationally. City of Cape Town, eThekwini, as well as Swane has launched their Rea Vaya systems. And so with this one, we had small bus operators, the school learners are bus operators. We had Metrobus, Patco, as well as taxi associations. So I think there was a broader stakeholder intake into this one, and people convinced each other. And I think people are comfortable with phase 1A. We do still have one or two outstanding issues on phase 1A, but we're quite happy we will be able to overcome those challenges.
There are also additional features to the buses themselves, like the one we're sitting in at the moment. You've learned from 1A and said, this is how we're going to tweak things a little bit. How is 1B, the buses in this particular phase, how are they different?
Firstly, the buses, we must say we're proudly South African because the innovation is amazing. The bus actually tilts to the left, so that a disabled or an elderly can get on very easily. And this is on the left-hand side. And then on the left-hand side, you also have in the center a set of stairs, which automatically turns into a lift for a person with a wheelchair. And these features were brought by the community's input on phase 1A. So it's very much coming from the community, these changes, as well as on the right-hand side, where you saw the gap, mind the gap. We now have a flap that actually lifts and goes open, and then you step over the gap. So I think, and then we have the new features. If you look up, you'll see the racks. These are some of the features the women asked for the bus to have when they do come in. So we're quite happy. If you remember, there was a delay in phase 1B, and the reason for that was the mayor made a decision with National Treasury for us to delay for the buses to be built in South Africa. The first set of buses in phase 1A was built overseas. So the whole bus has been put together. We will later on be taking some of the ministers and the premier down to the factory in Germiston. So we do have a relationship with Ekurhuleni, our sister municipality, to have a look and see where the buses are being put together. So we're really proudly South Africa with this innovation that you see today.
Proudly South African. I think that's what stands out. There's also various innovations such as the card system. We couldn't go at length into that at the moment, but just after 8 o'clock, I will have the MEC for Transport, Mr. Ismail Vadier. We'll go at great length into detail with regards to the card system, the public-private partnership, and a range of issues such as, are you willing to leave your car at home and try and pursue public transport as an alternative? All that and more a little bit later. Right now, it's back to you in studio.